but the face is a straight line with a little dot at the bottom, like an extra bit of white at the bottom to make it look, and it looks like he's smiling, but it also kind of looks like he's drooling.
Isn't that his nose?
No, underneath his mouth. Underneath.
He has a mouth in this?
Yeah, isn't that his mouth?
I'm fairly certain that's his nose.
It's just something I noticed, and I was like,
Yeah.
You turned into Sheepy yourself.
Now do you have a nose or mouth, Akshay?
Anu, please, not
listen,
again.
I'm only halfway through this guy's playthrough. I'm trying to see at any point does he change expression. Welcome to the Game Playlist podcast. My name is Akshan, and I didn't think of a question.
Yeah, no questions is that.
My favorite thing made out of wool is a freaking scarf. And next to me,
My name is Sasha and I prefer cotton.
that doesn't answer my question.
I don't care.
I know why you like cotton, Rashad, but go ahead. Sorry. My name is Anuk, and I like fleece shirts. Oh, yeah, lots.
Fleece shirts.
Mm.
What's fleece?
Wool.
Wool.
Okay.
All
Alright. Sorry.
I meant to
I
answer.
think so. I might be wrong. Anyway.
And my name is Dilanta, and I think I have a wool, what do you call it? Bedsheet. So yeah, I'll go with that one. Wool bedsheet. Very comfortable.
I also
Very
like
nice.
fleece shirts, Anuk.
Thanks.
This is the Game Playlist podcast where one of us picks a game that all of us has to play for the month. And this month, and every month we play a game and we come here and we talk about it after finishing it. So, fair warning, we're going to talk about the game. If you wanted to play it and you wanted to know nothing, like me, don't watch. But otherwise, watch.
Well, play the game and come back.
Play the game.
And come back. We won't take it too long. 3 hours at the most.
And with this game, it won't take you long at all. So today's game is chosen by Seshad. Seshad, please tell us.
Yes. So,
Don't take too long. Someone might finish the game by the time you're done.
oh no. So, my selection for today's episode. I'm saying, okay. My selection for today's episode is Sheepy, a short adventure.
Yay!
It is a handcrafted pixel platformer made by the, I'm assuming, somewhat famous MrSuicideSheep. And as I recently discovered, it has taken heavy inspiration from a lot of games that we have played and we love as well. According to the creator, he's an indie developer. He has taken inspiration from games like Celeste, Little Nightmares, Inside, Uncharted, Portal to Shadow of the Colossus, and the SCP universe as well. And yeah, this is his first release.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned it.
Yeah, this is his first release, first game release, and yeah, it was quite an adventure. It's free to play on Steam and itch.io, so it's only an hour to 45 minutes long. So yeah.
Question before we go in: do you guys have have you heard any of MrSuicideSheep songs?
No,
No. I guess in game, yes.
I've heard of his name, but never heard his songs.
Well, here's the thing: it's not a. It's basically a music promotion channel more than anything else. So it has songs from like all sorts of people. Like, no one's really coming to mind. But, like there used to be, Illenium, Kygo, all these electronic artists before they became really popular. They got their start through MrSuicideSheep because that channel used to post a lot of their songs, a lot of their remixes and stuff. So, and the vibe was always like similar to the music in the game. So it's just I'm sure you've heard some of the songs they promoted, but you wouldn't know them as a MrSuicideSheep song.
I just went through the channel now and I saw the Fat Rat also.
Yeah, the Fat Rats.
Echo.
Again, Illenium, Kygo. There was a really famous, like the most popular one is a really famous, annoying song called "Hello." I obviously, if you listen to it later, you'll know what the song is. But yeah, they were a very cool channel 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm sure they still are. But like, yeah,
They spent those 10 years making this game.
I mean, yeah, there was another thing it mentioned. Like, it was saying that, like, the 10 years that this channel has been up, like, that collective experience along with the community, like, he has 12 million subscribers. Right. Apparently, with the community and all, is like what gave inspiration for the game.
Oh, okay.
That's nice.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
That's nice. That's nice. So let's start off with what we feel about it. Just generally what we feel about it, without going into specifics. I mean, you can go into a bit of specifics, but what you think about it. Sesha, what did you? Well, where was this advertised again? I forgot.
YouTube channel.
No, actually, so I was in the middle of looking for games to add to my wish list of like just like games I would like to play in the future, and I kind of decided to stick to indie games. So I was like looking at like some must play indie games, and this popped up as a recommendation. I was a bit confused because I saw that it was free, but then I was even more confused because it was 1 hour long and also overwhelmingly positive. So I watched the trailer and fell in love with the music and the vibe, and that's how it ended up here.
Yeah, so thoughts on the game?
It was Sheepy.
It was Sheepy. It was Sheepy and it was short. That's the main thing.
A short Sheepy.
A short Sheepy adventure.
It's like
it's very relaxing, if I must say. It's not like it's not like you need to think and play.
I mean,
you can lay back and just
yeah.
play the game. Yeah.
It's not
to an extent, I would say.
It's not heavy on the puzzles at all. Like there's a little bit of thinking of like, okay, I need to do this, but otherwise, it's really chill.
The comparison I was trying to draw is that like I'm sure Dante is familiar with the genre Vocaloids.
Yeah.
How it's like it's music but it's telling a story. So I was like, this game felt like music but game form. Like, not that the music was the main focus of the game or anything, but like it felt very well integrated into the entire game.
Yeah, I think funnily enough for me, the first time I played it, I think my expectation, because like when I heard, MrSuicideSheep and stuff, I was expecting something else. And then when I played it, I was like, I was not disappointed, but I was like, okay, that's what it is. But then when I played it the second time, I was like, oh, okay, now I feel like the music definitely hits. Hits in a certain way with the environment. So
banging.
It's
a banger.
Yeah, it bangs with the environment.
Absolute cinema.
I quite like the game. I quite enjoyed the game. I think this is a very a very good example of tight game design. Like, it's not short because there's not a lot of things to do. I guess there are very few things to do, but but there are multiple like options for platforming throughout the game. And it didn't feel like, oh, I'm just running, jumping, I got to the end. It didn't feel like a walking simulator, I guess. That's the best way to say it. A platforming walking simulator. There was some engagement from the gameplay there. And I quite liked it. I really liked the visual style, really liked the music. Fun time.
I could sum up my experience, it would be my review that I left on Steam. Why won't this game take my money? This is the one game I'd willingly pay money for.
Wow.
after playing the game, I then saw your review again, and I was like, oh yeah, I could just donate to the
Patreon.
I forgot what this. Yeah, Patreon. So I just did that. I just gave $3. I was like, this is worth $3.
Take my money.
Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Let's go into the specifics of why we enjoyed it. First off, we talked about the music a bit. So the music was pretty good throughout. Just pretty effective, pretty chill. I liked it. I liked how the world itself kind of it felt like my actions, like playing the game, were affecting the music. In a weird way. Like in the beginning, there's a piano, and you can just jump on the piano. And I think the keys that they chose, like for the piano to play, are perfect for matching the background music that was playing. So it never sounded bad.
Actually,
key you pressed.
Wait, before you even get into the game, Akshan, what about the music on the home screen and the piano keys with the button? I was playing with that for like 5 minutes. I'll be honest.
I didn't know that was what.
No?
Didn't know that was a thing.
Didn't know either.
Didn't know it was a thing.
So
I'm glad you got enjoyment out of it.
no, so there's the main menu, right? The start journey, continue journey, option settings, whatever.
Yeah.
And then on the bottom right, there's the Patreon and stuff.
Mm.
So those were
They had notes.
they had notes to it.
You could play the menu.
You could play the menu, yes.
I did notice that. I didn't spend a while playing, but that's nice. Nice.
The only reason I noticed it is because like I don't think you could use your mouse to really sit. I don't, at least no, I use my controller, so I think I accidentally made my way there and then ended up.
I think this is a recommended controller game, right?
It is.
Yeah, recommended.
Just
control.
recommend.
A lot of platformers recommend control.
Mm.
I don't know very many that don't.
But yeah, the music and the piano and the start, even the intro itself is like very grand. It's very grand.
Yes, that's the best way of saying it. It's very grand, but it's still like subdued at the beginning. And there's moments. There's a moment in the game where you get a certain power, and then you just start going. And
yes.
The camera pushes back, and the music just goes.
Yes.
And it goes as grand as the chord progression sounds.
And even
that was very good. That was very effective. I was like, oh.
I think my favorite like gameplay music integration was the like those black hole kind of things. I don't know what sense it makes in the story in the context of the story, but like you notice, right? Like when you enter those black hole things, like the music kind of like there's a rewind. Like with the music,
it's almost like it gets absorbed almost.
Yeah.
Like
And like that led to some really cool effects in like the entire. Well, it happened mostly in one section of the game, but like.
It happened towards the end as well, right? Like towards.
I meant specifically with those like little black hole things.
Yeah, I feel like I feel the opposite on that for that section, the running section,
because you felt like it ruined it.
Oh, yes.
It felt like it was the one moment where they could have gotten away with not having those orbs changing the music as it was going. Because I was like, yeah, and then suddenly the orbs.
But the thing is, you have a choice in that because you can not go that route, and I did that twice. So like it kind of, I listened to like both versions, and like for me, if you hit all of them, it sounds
fine.
It sounds fine to me. I can understand people, liking one of the two versions.
For that section, right? That running section.
The running section.
I just want to speak about it. I don't know if you've played the game, but have you all played Dino Run?
No, actually. Oh, right.
Dino Run.
Dino Run. Like
you mean
mini
the
clip.
Chrome? You mean the Chrome?
No, not that.
Dino Run. That actually sounds a lot like the Chrome cards.
It is exact. It's the same name, but it's not.
I see.
Same name, but it's not.
We'll get into the gameplay of it. I was mostly talking about like how the music and all sounded.
Right. Once you get there, yeah.
But yeah, yeah, and I don't know how to put. I don't know how to put the very end. The music like swells and swells.
Oh yeah,
it is almost ear bleeding, but it was very good.
I like with the music. I really like like it felt seamless, but it also felt very natural as to how the different changes, like when it goes from boss fight, from like platforming to boss fight, like it felt very seamless. And there was also a moment I noticed in one of my speed runs, because there's like a bit of a shortcut. Do you remember that section where like you first discover like the first human skeleton? Like at that moment, the music kind of like it's like
Does it?
it's deafened, like it's like almost like silence.
Yeah.
And so
there
like
are portions of the game where the music like sort of muffles and
yeah. So like that was like one of the moments, and like there's a shortcut where you can just drop all the way down. So like the music, like it responds very well to like where your character is in relation to the map.
The environment, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like a bunch of tracks that are looping. Yeah, I never felt that. Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, I never felt like I heard a track loop at any point. It felt like it was just the vibe, the world.
Yeah. I felt it loop only because I kept dying a few times, but but other than that, I understand.
It's just dying. That's all.
It's just life.
It's just life.
I see. All right. So, in tandem with the music, another aesthetic part of this game is the pixel art style, and I really liked it. I really liked it. It had this. It's a modern aesthetic that they've managed, like in general in games, in pixel art games, they've managed to make this atmospheric yet pixely aesthetic, and this is one of those games. I'm trying to think of like, I don't know, Chrono Trigger. Like, as much as that is like a pixel art game, it doesn't have that sort of flowy nature to it that a game nowadays, or like Mario, the old Mario. It feels very blocky and sticky. Nowadays, it feels very fluid, yet it still is that pixel art style. And they effectively did that here. And I really liked it. I love the cool tones of the colors and all. It adds to the chill vibe.
I am wondering though whether that has to do with like the amount of bits like being used in like the art style and stuff like that, because like Mario and I guess like Chrono Trigger itself are like probably like a lower bit.
It's a system limitation back then, definitely. But now we don't have to do that. We can go polygons.
It's a stylistic choice, and it works well.
Yes.
And it worked well for this one, yeah.
Yeah. Styles tend to crop up because of limitations of like the thingy, Yeah.
I guess Celeste is like another really good example of a game that has that pixel style down, and like it does it. Sheepy does like the pixel art slightly differently, but it has it has its own thing to it, which I do.
I think Celeste is the best comparison. If you like Celeste, you might like this game. It's not as complicated or like mechanically like.
It's more story based driven than mechanical.
It is story based, but it's very light on story.
That is true.
It's music based.
It is.
It's based.
It is vibe based.
It's vibe based. Yeah.
Even the story is kind of like you kind of get it. You kind of understand like the broad strokes of what's being talked about.
My issue is that like you can't really categorize this. Like you feel like it falls into little bits of categories of everything, but it doesn't really fit. Like it's technically a platformer, but it also feels like a cozy game.
Yeah, but it has challenge. It has
cozy game. Yeah, that's a bit of a
stretch.
I would say that's a bit of a stretch.
Cozy in the sense like cozy in the sense
it's vibe. It's vibe.
It's vibe.
It's not 100% cozy. It's like it is cozy, and then there are points where you have to like
it's more
lean back in your seat.
Yeah, it's more sit back and relax kind of a game rather than thinking too much kind of a game.
until the ending, I guess.
That's why I said like it has elements of it. Like I wouldn't say like when you say cozy game, you think of like the what's some good
Games
examples?
where there's no risk, almost no. There's a bit of challenge, but there's no risk.
Yeah, but
whereas
like
here you can die.
it's just that like when you think cozy games, like you're thinking that like it's cozy for like a long extended periods of gameplay. Like this is like very, very brief. I mean, like there's only so much you can wrap into an hour. But like it has some elements of like, or maybe like Anuk said, it's more sit back and it's like a sub genre of cozy.
Yeah. I think this game, thankfully, doesn't really try to fit into a category either. It's just trying to be its own thing as well. You can put it into a box, but that's my favorite kind of game, the one you can't put into a box. But yeah, I think so. Yeah, the game has a nice pixel. One of the things I really liked, which was on the homepage of the game, is Sheepy's character design is very like cute and adorable, like and plump and squishy. But the face is a straight line with a little dot at the bottom, like an extra bit of white at the bottom to make it look, and it looks like he's smiling, but it also kind of looks like he's drooling.
Isn't that his nose?
No, underneath his mouth. Underneath.
He has a mouth in this?
Yeah, isn't that his mouth?
I'm fairly certain that's his nose.
That's his nose. No, I interpret it as a mouth.
I am fairly certain that's a nose, Aksha.
I'm fairly certain it's a mouth.
Like a mouth, sir. You know, like that BMO kind of.
No.
Oh, you know how I know? Because he freaking he looks his mouth changes when he has a different expression. In like when with the bear scene specifically.
I don't know. It seems too high up for me to be.
If you play the game, let us know whether you think it's a mouth or a nose in the comments below. Thank you.
Engagement.
I do. I'm just surprised you see a nose. Like I didn't think anyone would think that's a nose.
It looks like a nose to me. Even the logo is the nose.
Yeah, the thing is, it just looks like a mouth.
Comment down below to see if it's a nose.
Comment down below whether it's a mouth or a nose, and help us settle this debate.
Okay.
Vote yes for nose, vote no.
I'm still convinced. I cannot see a nose there. That doesn't look like a nose at all. I'm so confused. Anyway, so
on today's topic of nose or not.
The next.
I can't see a nose, man. I don't understand what you mean.
MrSuicideSheep, if you somehow see this, please confirm.
Please comment mouth or nose, please.
Clarify for us.
And take my money.
We'll buy the plushies.
Mm-hmm.
So this game is visually, sonically quite distinct, interesting, cool, fun. But the game is a platformer, so we're going to gameplay a bit more. The game starts off with you having a simple jump and moving, and you can also crouch. And by crouching, Sheepy just squishes down.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a crouch for a while.
What do you mean? Isn't that like the?
Yeah,
Isn't that how the elevators work?
That's what I meant. I didn't know until I had to.
You were like, oh, what is it? How do I move? Oh.
I kept jumping on the button like it's not pressing.
I did the same thing for a while and then I realized you did the crouch.
Anyways, continue action.
They have a mouth over here.
Let it go, man. Let it go.
I'm trying to find like official art where his expression changes. Here's a basic jump and a crouch. And the game. We'll get into the story later. And yeah, there's just platforming sections as you go through. There are some collectibles, and so the environments are decently open for you to get those collectibles. When you're platforming, you can hang off of ledges, or rather, like jump to a ledge to catch the ledge. You don't have to land the
You don't always have to
platform.
land the jump. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's an it was an interesting mechanic to see, because there are points where you're jumping from ledge to ledge instead of platform to platform, which is interesting. There's no wall jump or anything like that, so that makes sense.
You want to know something else that's interesting? I thought that the initial jump, and by that extension, the first power up that you get is sort of like a normal jump, and then, but turns out that, like, I noticed this because I was watching a speed run, but like you can, it's basically a jump that can even be used when you're falling. So what people do is they kind of like fall off the edge and jump to the next platform. Like they do an air jump, like that's how they use their one jump to not have that whole clinging onto the ledge and then jumping up. No
Mechanics.
Is Akshan confused? Why are you looking for nose and mouth again?
Oh no, this whole podcast is just gonna be looking up
no, nose.
Who knows?
Who knows? Hey.
Now, I'm sure what Seshan said was very interesting.
Even I'm not pushing this.
I'm not pushing it. I just want to know now at this point.
It's okay, Seshan. What you said was very interesting.
I'm gonna take over while Akshan figures this out.
Something about ledges, yes. The question I was gonna ask before you said that was I mean, I played on the controller. I don't know any keyboard.
Did you play on the keyboard?
I played on the keyboard.
My madman who does this all the time. How was it?
Wasn't too bad. It wasn't too hard at all.
I don't expect it to be too bad now. Yeah.
It's not a hard platformer by any means.
I had to try it out on both because my I don't know if it's my Xbox or whether it's the game, but there was at some points of the game there was very severe input lag.
I want to say maybe it might have been the game. I don't know.
I have.
Because I'm trying to
clearly you didn't have the game on the SSD.
Mm-hmm.
No. It's it could be both. I feel like I also had moments where certain jumps didn't work. That was until I got the first power up. So
there were certain moments, and like what would happen is like I would switch to keyboard and then switch back to control, and then it's fine. Or I'd have to hit the pause menu and then it's fine. Because like there's like visible lag between when I press the jump button and when it jumps.
Maybe the game.
It could be wireless lag because you play the wireless.
I just play wireless.
That's probably it, because there is a lag that's created when you use Bluetooth over your control. So maybe that's what it is.
No, but it wasn't. It wasn't all the time. It was just sometime.
I know, but like there is a lag. In general. Wireless creates very technical topic. Tune into the game developer playlist for that one. But essentially, Bluetooth connectivity creates lag sometimes for controllers. So maybe this game isn't adjusted to it or something like that. But I think that's just the.
Out of curiosity, Session, are you using 3-4 devices for Bluetooth?
No.
Does your mouse have its own device dongle?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
No. Just asking. If you are using 3-4 devices on the same
That also
Bluetooth,
creates more lag.
No.
But yeah,
So-
that I think it's just a wireless thing.
My headset and my mouse have their own dongles, and the controller has the Bluetooth adapter.
Yeah.
most likely wireless something.
I think if you tried wired, it probably.
It's fine.
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, you just
Maybe, maybe that's why you kept dying while trying to get the.
Maybe.
No, I think it was clearly a skill issue.
That's worse.
And Sean has now publicly admitted that on the podcast.
I got it on my 4th run, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah, let's go.
Is that including
Actually,
the
but
first 2 runs where you speed ran?
I wouldn't call it my 4th run. I'd actually call it my 3rd proper run.
How many runs of the game did you do?
So I did one, the initial run. I did a 2nd run to get every achievement other than the 3 most difficult ones. So mostly like collectibles and like missable stuff. Like I did a 2nd run-ish for that because I didn't finish the game on that. But I had to go from start to finish because there's no chapter select. I wouldn't call it a run necessarily.
It's so short that I don't think a chapter select would do it justice.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a run because I didn't finish the game. Like as soon as I got all the achievements, I started a new run. So then my 3rd run was a speed run, and my 4th run was the no death run.
Stay tuned for the achievement section where Sashan will tell you how difficult the achievements are.
Lovely.
Yeah.
My phone just turned off. I don't know why. But lovely. Okay.
Because it couldn't handle you looking up nose or mouth.
But yeah, okay. So we mostly play on controller. No issue unless you're wireless. And keyboard apparently is fine.
Also, the game crashed on me once, but that was also because I was trying to play a YouTube video.
See.
So don't play YouTube videos. Don't listen to. Unfortunately, I'm not able to listen to MrSuicideSheep while playing the game.
Well, technically, you. Actually, no. He's not the one.
He's not the one who makes the
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
You can't listen to his channel.
Yeah, there is someone that he's featured on his channel that has done the music for this game. That
will make sense. Like when you told us about the game, I had a feeling like they probably tapped an artist who featured on the channel to make the music.
His producers also. I'm not sure if it's the same artist or whether like the producers someone else different. So Rob Thomas. I don't know if it's the artist, but I couldn't really find out if it was.
No idea. No idea.
Rob Thomas. But yeah, great music, great environmental. The detail in the environment. There's a lot of great details in the environment, but you can also clearly tell apart platforms and not platforms. Because some platformers, sometimes they have the issue of you jump to a thing and it turns out that was just the background. And you weren't supposed to jump there. This, I don't think I had anything like that anywhere.
Yeah, no. Always
not really.
to you.
Yeah, so it's pretty clear. It was never frustrating. This game, I don't believe, was ever frustrating for having like glitches or
I had
incomprehensible. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. There was where you jump into the story-ish part of when you go into a boss fight with the bear, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was one section where if you die, for example, you had to repeat that whole section, correct?
Yes.
The whole story bit.
Yes.
There was one time I just skipped it for some reason, the whole story bit section, and went straight to the fight.
Yeah, you can skip the.
No, it automatically skipped it for me without even. It glitched through.
Oh, maybe because did you die too many times?
Huh?
Which one are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Like if you go to a boss fight with the bear, there's always a store. There's always a
cutscene,
right?
yeah, and it always plays through. You can fast forward it, but you're saying this time it's completely skipped it for you.
It completely skipped it for me.
Are you sure you didn't accidentally press a button on your keyboard?
No, there's no cutscene skip button. I'm wondering, and I can't remember this, but Did it happen like after dying multiple times?
Yes.
Skill issue.
That I have a feeling they have done something like that, where it's like if you are
If you died
dying too
too
many
many
times, it
times.
probably skips the scene.
But then, but I died the time after that as well. When I got the same cutscene though.
Oh, then I don't know.
Oh,
Skill
yeah.
issue.
I'm skill issue. Also, as far as glitches go, it doesn't sound too.
It's not a game breaking glitch, but it's
Yeah, if anything, if anything, it helped you, right? Because it
Yeah.
gets you to the scene faster. Yeah.
so it's
Mr.
interesting
Suicide
to know.
Sheep, hot patch right now.
Hot patch.
Hot patch Anuk.
Hot patch coming through. But yeah, it's interesting one to see.
That's probably actually, now you bring that. That's probably the only. It's not so abhorrent that I seethed at the teeth, frothed at the mouth. But cutscenes, you can't skip them. You have to fast forward through them. I would say it would have been better if you could if the game started from the point after the cutscene, because it's not like you play a bit of game, then cutscene, and then you play, and then you die and you go back to playing a bit of game. It's you go back to the start of the cutscene. They could have just cut out the cutscene and just started from after the cutscene ended.
They put it all that efforts. Actually, never.
The thing is,
I don't know.
this game is so short that I feel like that is not really like a. I mean, sure, maybe for some people it would be nice, but I feel like it's not too much of a time sink that
Yes,
it bugs you.
yes and no. I feel like
I think it's something, if they're thinking about potentially continuing and making a fuller game, which they teased, they would want to consider if they're making a longer experience, because that might get annoying by the 10th fight, and you're just like,
I have a feeling that it's a choice because of the music.
it is a choice. It is definitely. I mean,
No.
you have to put effort to animate the freaking static.
No. As in, like, I meant that it's more to do with the fact that the game is so in sync with the music that maybe.
Well, my point still stands. You could just start from that point. The music.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe they didn't want to, because like the parts that we the parts that we like about this game that we even mentioned is that like the music is so seamless and well integrated that like maybe they didn't want to do like a jump cut with the music at the cost of. I mean, I don't know. They'll probably need to figure that bit out.
At the cost of ruining the vibe.
Cost of ruining
the vibe.
Le vibe.
I think if this were a longer game, which I mean, I guess this being shorter gives it a pass here. But if they did make a longer game, I think it would ruin the vibe if you are frustrated, because you're not even thinking about the vibe at that point. If you're frustrated at a mechanical thing in the game.
Yeah, fair enough.
But for this game, it's not a problem at all. It's just something I noticed, and I was like,
Yeah.
You turned into Sheepy yourself.
Now, do you have a nose or mouth, Akshay?
Anuk, please, not again.
I'm only halfway through this guy's playthrough. I'm trying to see at any point does he change expression.
Akshan, if you really want a moment, you can go to the end of the boss fight. Like there's an obvious expression change there. The cutscene for the last boss fight. Sheepy changes the expression.
Why this guy freaking record this at 720p? I can't even see his face properly.
Wow, you can't see the pixels properly.
God, there's pixels on pixels going on. Alright, so while I'm looking at this,
let's talk about the abilities, shall we?
Yeah, there are more abilities than just jumping once. There's a double jump that you get. And that I don't think we don't have to go too much into it. There's a double.
My only thing is that I felt like it significantly improved the movement in this game.
100 actually, good point. 100%.
You know what?
It felt so much better once you get it that you're like, why isn't this there?
Why isn't this
Yeah.
there? It felt
Yeah.
like it took a slight adjustment during the start because like I'm used to like a certain speed with platformers. It's either standard or fast. This was abnormally slow, and I was very confused. I kind of understood when the chapter said like first steps, and it's like, okay, you want to take things slowly, sure. But then they introduced the double jump, and I'm like, hang on.
And then after that, the speed just went
Zoomies.
zoomies
Yeah.
straight away.
I think a lot of games where you unlock movement abilities when you're playing with that. I don't know how. It really depends on what kind of game it is, but the moment you get the new moment ability, the feeling of I feel so much so much freer to move.
Yeah.
Maybe they wanted to recreate it because that almost every game that like
The game that
gives you
came to mind for me was Hollow Knight because I remember
that's what I'm
restarting.
thinking of.
I was restarting my save and I didn't have any of my movement, and I'm like, this is horrible.
Especially dash because you're just sort of walking.
Yeah.
But once you get that, once you get it, it's
It doesn't
very
take
freeing.
it doesn't take too long for you to get it also. So
It doesn't. No. You just have to
But
do it.
double jump, yeah.
Yeah.
Within
I
the
would,
first
I
few
would,
minutes,
I would make the argument it doesn't take too long to get a lot of these things. But
which I did.
In context of how long the game is. Actually, you know what? Scratch that.
Anyway, let's keep going because I like the next topic.
Yeah. After the double jump, you get basically the Sonic dash.
That whole scene, it was what, chapter 4? That
Yes.
whole running sequence was I think that was my favorite part. Just watching that whole
Yes.
boosting and jumping, like it reminded me again. It was very Sonic. It was very Sonic in that.
Yeah.
That
In a good
entire
way.
scene. In a good way because it was only 5 minutes. Maybe not even. Maybe not even.
I don't 5 minutes.
What
It might
I
have been just a minute,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, maybe.
I was gonna say that like what I really liked about like getting that ability and like the lead up to it is that like you have like a few jumps that you have to make with the ability, and you kind of hear that music, right? Like when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
But then like once you get past that like trap thing, and then like it goes into like a slow-mo before your jump, and then you're just like, where is this going? And then it just hits you with the entire running thing. I was just like, this is an experience. This is pure cinema.
It's about the journey.
This is about the journey.
I know.
This is the definition of about the journey. Did you enjoy this journey, Dilan?
Wait for the ratings, will it?
You paid no money for this. You can't complain.
What is that? By that logic, everything we don't pay money for, we can't complain.
Exactly. Overwatch. 10 out of 10 of it.
Okay, alright. I'm done, boy.
Wow. Oh.
But yeah, that whole sequence is the Sonic sequence is very nice.
Again, have you not played the game that I put on the
Okay, now we can talk about the game that you put out, Dino Run.
Dino. Oh my gosh.
No,
so
I've not played Dino Run.
Why is it so
You
tiny?
haven't? Okay.
No, it looks like an MS Paint game.
I mean, it looks like it is. It
Is
is
it a Flash game?
It's a
looks
Flash
like
game.
It is a Flash,
Flash
game.
game.
Mm.
You know, when
The
you said
original indie game.
when you said Dino, I first thought of the Chrome game. Then I thought
Yeah,
about the
that-
Jurassic
it
Park
was-
game where you
it-
shoot dinosaurs from a jeep. Or
I don't know what game you have been playing, sir, but that's not that.
Or was that not a Jurassic Park game? I remember some game like that. Anyways,
Okay.
Well, this game, at least this part of the Sheepy run was very, very similar to this.
I see.
Oh, okay.
Was this
I just
also?
played it a minute ago, actually, just to see, and it was actually the same almost.
Was it also heavily inspired by Sonic?
Okay, Sonic and this part of Sheepy is, I feel it's not the same. I mean, it just may be me,
no,
but
it's not. Not 100%.
It's not, but there are like moments like
similarities.
I recently played the new Sonic Shadow Generations. In the Green Hill Zone, so the first level, there's a moment where you're gliding through. So it's that's the similarity. Not exactly like the whole running or the fast part. It's just that like the
Cinematic
pace
experience.
and the cinematic of that part is just very, very
Similar.
Sonic. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Again, maybe Sonic didn't originate. Like, obviously, it wasn't in the original Sonic. I think it only came in the later games. But that was just the feeling I got when I played that moment.
I guess so.
I mean, like I was just thinking how you said it's not the same as this game. Like it doesn't feel the same, or would you say it's not as? Are you saying it just didn't feel as good?
Were you talking to me or Delanto?
Yes, you. Sorry.
No. Okay. What I mean by it is like Sonic feels a bit more like the direction is given to you. You just have to follow this direction, the direction of its whatever the game says, right? Whereas this, you're given multiple paths to choose up or down or like that. That's what I mean. Like the vibe of that part of the game is a bit different in both Sonic and this game. If that makes sense.
All an illusion of choice, my friend.
Sorry, I had a bit of an Akshan moment there. Are we talking about Sheepy or Dino Run?
Sheepy.
Sheepy? Okay, we're talking about Sheepy.
Sheepy and Sonic comparison.
Sheepy and Sonic comparison. Okay, copy.
Carry
on.
So yeah, it doesn't feel the same in terms of its direction of gameplay.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like a good comparison I made was Celeste in this game. Like it has the next ability, the sprite ability, which we can talk about. It reminds me a lot of the feather in Celeste. If you ever played that. It reminds me a lot of that. It does, and to your point, it doesn't feel as good as the feather. However, like Celeste is one of the most could widely be one of the best platformers to come out in the past few years. So it's hard to compare. But for this game, I think that's fine. I think it's fine. I think they want to go even more mechanically intense. They'd have to refine it to the point that it's as like satisfying as something like a Sonic or a Celeste. But for what they have right now, I imagine it's gonna get better, like the movement, everything. But right now, like in this short game, it was pretty good. It was serviceable for how short and how cheap it is.
How cheapy it is.
Hey,
how cheapy it is.
Free is a price.
but with that said, Akshan, like I have a feeling that like this entire thing that they're going for, like I feel like we've made like references to so many games, and like some part of me thinks like that's what they were trying to do. They're like trying to be a bit of everything, but not exactly that. And very similarly, I don't think they're gonna go very hard on the mechanics of the platforming. So I don't really think they're gonna.
Maybe like I'm thinking that, but I really don't know what direction, because there was a point in the game where they had this lightly complex platforming moment. I was like, that was really weird. The rest of the game is completely like simple, like plain white bread platforming. I can't even remember. It was.
Are you talking about
it's where you fall and you have to jump while falling, like and go to a lower ledge that's behind like a rock.
The end.
No, not at the end.
Oh, you mean like I think it's like level
3 or 4 or something.
No, level 4 is just the free run.
But you have to get there, don't you?
Yeah.
I think it was on the lead up to it. It was on the lead up to that chapter, like lead up to getting the ability, rather.
Right.
But yeah, that Like that was like that like you have to like plan for that. You can't just put that in there.
I don't really know where they're trying to take this. I just feel like they're trying to make their own box and
Yeah, I do too. But I wonder, are they going to try going for a Celeste type game, but with the big one, whatever the big one is.
I don't think so. I like from whatever I've seen so far, like I feel like they're just gonna like their focus is just the music and like whatever cryptic abstract story they're trying to say, with just platforming being the somewhat genre they've chosen.
Maybe. Maybe it's both.
Maybe
It's
both.
all. I'm thinking they'll probably take a Celeste approach and have the main story be a certain way, and then they'll have an additional.
You mean like the B and
platforming
you mean like the
challenge.
B and C
B-sides,
sides?
C-sides,
Yeah.
yeah. In Celeste, yeah.
That is a way to go, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what.
But you'd need to refine the movement mechanics and abilities like
exactly
a very strong.
Exactly.
I don't know.
This game is the closest thing to a demo we've played for this gameplay, this podcast. Like, truly.
It is.
It's free and it's an hour long. And it teases a full game.
Catch us on the next episode of Sheepy 2.
You think the full game's gonna be called Sheepy, a long adventure?
It might be a long adventure. Or Sheepy, the full story.
It's okay.
I don't know.
I don't think it'll be called Sheepy 2, though, because I think this
I also don't think it'll be called Sheepy 2. Maybe it'll just be called Sheepy.
They might call it
Some
Sheepy.
subtitle. Yeah.
But I will be happy to play whatever does end up coming out. Yeah.
This is their first game. What the hell?
Yeah.
It's a crazy first game. Yeah.
Sheepy
So
to Sleepy? How about that title?
Sheepy 2 Sheepy. 2 Sheepy 2.
2 Sheepy,
Woolly.
2 Sheepy.
All right. So speaking of the Sheepy, we're gonna go into. Are there any gameplay? Oh yeah, the boss fights. So without going into like what the boss fights are, or
Is there any gameplay? Sorry.
Because the thing is, the boss fights aren't really like you pick up a sword and fight them. It's more you platform in a way to make the boss do a thing.
Yeah, there's a pattern which once you figure that out, it's pretty straightforward.
Once you figure out the pattern, you've solved the puzzle of the boss fight. The boss fights are more like puzzles, really, that you have to perform. And they weren't. I would say, Seshan said this to me earlier. The first boss fight is harder than the middle boss fight, just because you don't have the double jump yet. You don't have the other movement abilities.
I would say that, but I also saw someone else do the first boss fight, and once you realize a certain way to do it, it becomes very easy. So I would say maybe initially it is hard. I think the first time I played it's hard, but once you figure out the pattern, there's a specific pattern you follow, then it's not bad.
Let me guess, it's that the spikes don't deal damage to you, so you go and line yourself up with it and just jump when he's about to hit you.
Something like that.
I mean, that's how you have to finish the boss fight.
That is how you do it. But again, like if you know the place to stand, you just stand there 3 times.
Once you figure it out, you figure out the puzzle,
yeah.
The gameplay in the moment is avoiding damage and figuring out how to deal damage without literally dealing damage.
Yep.
I wonder. Second fight, you have the dash ability or the running dash ability. Can you hit him when he's not stunned?
I don't think you can hit.
I don't think so.
Oh wait, I don't think so.
I think I tried it. I think you just get hit because
you just get hit.
Because he has 2 movesets in that, right? His initial one is like it's appear from above and ground pound, but like if you're too close to him on the same platform, he does like a slash towards you. Like I tried running at him and like he killed me.
I see.
I think that is the boss fight where I got the achievement for dying like multiple times.
Genius.
Because I was testing out a bunch of things.
I see. Yeah, that fight was not. Once you figure out, it's not difficult at all. I never tried that. I feel like if I did think to do that, I would be trying it and be annoyed. But thankfully, I never did that.
But it is very straightforward, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very straightforward boss fights. The last fight, as you go through, you spoiler alert, I suppose. Spoiler alert because we're gonna get into the story after. You know what? We'll go into the mechanics of that fight after we talk about the rest of the story stuff. Like the intro story stuff. So when you load into the game, am I wrong in saying that Sheepy is a soul or like a divine being?
According to the website, Sheepy's body is supposed to be a plush, and the setting
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's a plush, and it's taking place in the sewers underground.
Yes. So Sheepy and the bear.
Yeah.
The bear that you encounter.
Patches.
We don't see the bear in the play.
You don't. You don't.
Yeah.
But so Sheepy and the bear. You see like a toy whale as well. I thought it was dead because of the X's, but later on, as it went on, I was like, "There's probably a plush there." Yeah, and you're like in a derelict like dump where a piano has been thrown out as well.
Yeah.
And you just walk around and you start discovering things. And I was very taken aback as soon as I saw there was just a skeleton of a human being.
Yes.
Lying there.
Yes.
I was like, oh, this is the kind of game.
That took a turn real fast.
Yeah, and then the game goes on, and there's a big reveal of there being a ancient society that humans of the real world were going down and discovering, trying to figure out, but they were dying along the way. There's a law that like you can find like little cassette tapes and cassette players that detail
explain the law.
Yeah, that explain this guy who went through a bunch of it. Going into little details about it, not enough details that you have like concrete. I filled the wiki, but but enough details that you get a gist of what happened.
Yeah, I think
what the story is.
People are still trying to figure out what is happening. I saw a video of some dude trying to relate Sheepy and Greek and Roman mythology. I was like,
yeah,
based.
And I was like, your only connection is the Roman aqueducts that you see when you enter the mines.
Yeah, I mean that is something you can't deny it.
Excuse me. The only connection that you can identify making it wrong.
Wow.
Sorry, I had to do it. That's what I heard in my head when you said that.
That was brilliant. Well done.
Thank you.
Actually.
I'm actually. Should do the meme. I'm actually.
Oh god. Yeah, and there's these, I don't know what the word, like ancient creatures that existed down there. Yeah.
You mean
they don't explain any of it.
You mean the bunnies?
Or like what? The bunnies, yes. No. I wasn't even thinking of the bunnies. There are bunnies. I'm thinking of the statues of the those
light beings.
Yes.
Life forms.
Statues?
Yeah, when you're walking through.
Yes. When you get your second ability, my bad.
Yeah. The statues next to the horn dude.
The horn dude.
The Minotaur type dude, yeah.
Minotaurs.
And then as you progress further, there's this purple stuff that is sentient in some way, and it animates this bear.
It's meth.
It's meth.
That's blue. That's blue one.
Then it's dyed to meth.
Meth is blue. Even if you went Breaking Bad, it's blue.
I don't know. I'm just coming up with a new theory that people are going to be like, actually, I heard it in the Game Playlist podcast that this is actually
Methamphetamine.
Actually,
Ancient methamphetamine. It's purple, obviously.
because it's been dyed. So,
actually, it's the purple guy from FNAF.
oh no, that's just gonna make it worse. Now you're bringing the FNAF. Oh no. Move on. What is the? Does anyone know the lore reason behind the purple? Is it the crystals?
Apparently,
just like-
yeah.
It is the crystals, right? Yeah.
Whatever I understood from the notes and the recordings is that, like, again, like, it happens in some sort of mine. They find these crystals, they start harvesting them or whatever, and then something happens. And maybe this
They
thing.
broke a crystal,
Yeah.
and then
They're the reason they're dead.
Yeah.
For the most part. Those
I mean,
they're very powerful. They want to use them for resources.
Yeah. Technically, in the second boss fight, like, after you finish it, that massive crystal breaks, and that's where you get your flight powers from also.
Yeah.
You absorb with the crystal.
You absorb it, yeah. So, like, maybe, yeah, so the crystals killed the humans and also gave, I don't know what the purple thing is, but yeah.
Yeah, it's very how does one put it? Grand and mythological, yet you are seeing it through a sentient, fluffy sheep character.
You know what I just realized, actually? It's very similar now to the story of Celeste. There's also a purple thing in there.
Oh yeah, there is a purple thing in that, and you don't get an explanation for it, and it also creates life.
I can't wait to see us title this episode. Is this just Celeste?
Is this free Celeste?
Is this free Celeste?
With a nose?
No.
Don't worry. I'm a quarter of the way. No, sorry, not quarter. 3/4 of the way.
Why don't you just skip to that scene I mentioned, Akshan?
No, I did, but the lighting was so bright that I couldn't see it.
Moving on.
It's very abstract in regards to what everything means. However, the final chapter is called like I forgot what the name of the chapter is called.
Ascension? No,
it was some very like complicated word that I had to look.
Because
up.
I remember the last one's Purgatory.
Mhm.
Sheepy.
Chapter 6. So while Seshan's looking that up, I'm going to continue looking at this.
Apotheosis?
Apotheosis.
Huh?
What does that mean?
Let's find out, shall we?
Oh, apotheosis. So I looked that up. It means climax, like something like a big final climax moment. Or the other interpretation is like ascension to godhood.
Yeah, the elevation of someone to divine status.
Yes. So when I got to that chapter, I immediately just looked up the name of the chapter when it came up because I had no idea what that meant, and I was like, "Oh, okay, Sheepy's going to be God now." And then we walked through, and you see a mural of Sheepy, and I was like, this is coming true.
Yeah, and then like if you interact with it, it's like it's time for you to something your destiny.
Yeah,
It's time to fulfill your
Yeah,
destiny.
fulfill your destiny.
However,
it does tell you that your powers are going to get stripped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you go to that part, right, you do see Paris.
Yes, you do. When you ascend, before you ascend to that level, you do pass through Paris. Yeah,
You do.
that's where the the institute is, right?
Mm.
What institute?
Is it called the institute?
Or is it the corporation?
The corporation, yeah, or something. I've already forgotten the name.
The corporation.
I don't know what you're referring to.
No, the company.
No,
that
the company that's doing the research.
Yes.
Yeah.
What they call something with a B.
Did you guys even play the game?
I remember. Actually, it's because the creator is French.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Actually, I don't know. I'm just assuming.
Wow.
We have a gaslighter in the midst of that.
Yeah, he really got us going there. It's like, oh yeah, he's French.
Don't believe everything you hear on the internet, kids.
That's a good lesson from Mr. Seshan.
Yeah. Everything we said in this episode, we lied. We didn't even play the game.
Yeah, we're just chatting. If you really want to figure it out, just spend an hour and play the game.
Yeah.
Before podcast is
What's Sheepy? We've been playing Titanfall 2 this entire.
Oh Lord. All right. So Sheepy ascends to godhood. Okay. So that gameplay section, your powers are stripped away from you, and there's one puzzle piece that you. Well, not puzzle piece. Sorry.
I sorry. Just before that, I died a lot in that section.
Understandable.
I remember getting to the right side. I can't remember which flame it was in the second or third. I just kept on falling and falling.
I'm gonna assume it's the last one when you lose your double jump.
I think so. But I just kept on falling. I was like, and then I figured it out.
Yep.
You can use the boost as your
the pink thing, the purple thing, whatever.
Pink, purple, same.
If only were there, I would have used it.
Oh, yeah. Do you have to use that purple thing to get to that final edge?
You have to, yeah.
You don't have.
No, you have to.
There's no other way to get up there. There's no ledge to get up there. That's the issue.
Oh, maybe that's what happened then.
Yeah. I died a lot getting hit by it, and it sent me the other way, and I fell off the ledge.
Genius,
I dare say. But yeah, that's where also it turns out the bear was really just possessed by that purple spirit. So, and it helps you in the end.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I couldn't tell that at first until I was watching the fight transpire, and then I was like, oh, he's actually
same.
Patches good.
It turns out he was manipulated.
Yeah. To be fair, I kind of felt that when his first title was Patches the Abandoned Bear, right?
The Lost Bear. The Lost Bear.
So that kind of suggested that the reason why he's attacking you is because he was abandoned by the people is.
Yeah, he was the Lost Bear, then he was the Dark Bear. Yeah.
Yeah, the Dark Bear, and then he became.
Then the final one's against the purple thing. Whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Purple guy.
Purple. Oh, it was like the dark spirit, right?
Yeah.
Akshan, you're watching the playthrough. Why are you asking us?
He's busy looking to see if it's a nose or a mouth, Sisha. He doesn't have time to care about the other things.
Yeah, I mean...
Isn't it convenient that this episode is an hour long and the playthrough is...
Yeah, time to end.
That's why Akshan has been taking his time to get through this one.
All right, so... So
you lose your powers at the end.
And it gives you a different challenge because it does effectively make you feel like you're getting weaker because you're literally losing a lot of the movement power that you had.
Yep.
Speaking of, you're just like, I was gonna ask this stuff. So there are like 4 platform whatevers, right? And like you understand when you lose your abilities because you only have 3 of them. But then I kept on thinking, like, what's the first one you start off with?
You yourself being alive.
No.
Your life.
No.
Life.
No, because like the first one is like a
theory.
Are you going to
get the wikis turning again? So you know how
it was supposed to be 4 abilities, but they decided to cut it for time.
Maybe that's also true. But yes, theory. I was thinking, okay, Patches was made alive by the purple spirit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now he's defending against the purple spirit. Does that mean he has purple energy within him, or does he?
At the beginning,
or did he gain sentience from living a life enough that he has his own like life energy within him that is separate from the purple energy? And in turn, does that mean that you, as Sheepy, when you are given life force, but then you go through this whole game when that life force is taken from you, used as the first orb, you still have a life in you because you've lived a little bit of a life.
Your levels,
Whatever you say, man, I agree.
your levels of theorizing. I was just gonna assume, right? Because that thing was like a golden yellowish thing that it had to do with the tablet that you see with Sheepy's depiction on it, that it was like some sort of like divine thing on him.
Yes, he's the divine being sent to save us.
What is with me and picking divine animals? First it was Hank of...
Oh, true. Yeah, accidentally divine animals. You'd think, oh, cute game, and then suddenly I fought God. It's like a D&D game.
Amazing. Maybe I'm just drawn to it, Sashan.
Yeah.
I can't wait for your next game. I don't know what that is. It's going to be like...
I actually do have my next game in mind.
Let me guess, there's an animal.
No, there isn't.
Oh.
Yes.
And then we get to the end, to the middle, and turns out you become an animal.
You never know.
An animal and you fight God.
You never know. Yeah. I did give Akshan a hint about it, but I'll tell you all.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, good. That's why I told you.
Go into the... Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the story is vague enough that we are debating what it means. So, and there's no dialogue at all from Sheepy or the bear. It's just sort of through the animation and
the music.
Sorry, did we talk about the ending where Sheepy pulls Patches into the...
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, well, we didn't, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, tell us your thoughts.
Sheepy pulls Patches into the final form.
Yeah, Patches is too weak, and Sheepy's supposed to go into it, but then Sheepy goes and like drags Patches with him.
Where do you think they go?
They go into the sequel.
They go to the
Sheepy 2.
This game has a lot more questions than it does have.
Oh yeah, this game also takes place underneath Paris.
So maybe teleport to Paris. The question would be though, since you passed through Paris, if you were going to Paris anyway, why wouldn't you just stop in Paris rather than shoot all the way up to the heavens, become God, come back down, and just go to Paris?
Maybe they're going to space.
Technically, they would already be in space, no?
Yeah, they kind of are in space because you see the Aurora Borealis or Aurora.
I would have also thought it was meant to be
the
space/heaven.
Yeah, I don't.
Heaven,
I don't know.
Heaven.
Whatever.
Seven.
We'll know if there ever is a sequel or.
Yeah.
I feel like they were teasing one, right?
They did. When the game ends, it says "the end?" ?
Yeah.
So either we're gonna get another short adventure, or maybe a longer game. Never know. Could be either.
Could be Sheepy, another adventure.
Sheepy,
another adventure.
Did you see a battle pass?
You just heard. You unlock the double jump after paying $5.
You can play as Patches.
If you pay the $10, you'll get it at the start. Otherwise, you have to go to level 50. Then you can unlock it for free.
Here's my theory. Here's one of my theories for the sequel. That it's
a battle pass.
It's yes, that's also true. But it's co-op, and one of you is Hank.
Hank?
So what you're saying is it's gonna be a bear breakfast.
You mean Patches? Yeah.
You mean Patches?
That's the bear.
Yeah.
I see why you thought Hank though, because technically, I mean, yes, they are both bears.
We were talking about bear breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be sure to catch it when it comes first day on Game Pass.
But it could be, maybe. I feel like the next game might also be a short. Just a theory. I think the next game might be a short one as well.
Maybe free one.
I don't know about that, but I would I would assume if it's the same length as this, then yes, it'll be.
Actually, you know what? Rather than a co-op, Akshan, the concept of doing a spin-off, a spin-off about patches sounds like a good idea.
Where you are more like combat oriented, and you actually fight instead of platform.
Maybe.
I think it would be I mean, since we're going into speculation,
they're gonna do a roguelike.
Patches. It would be a Patches prequel, I would say. How Patches became Patches, because I feel like to continue that story, I mean, Sheepy is there. So unless Sheepy decided to stay in Paris.
All right. Wait.
And then Patches was like, I don't know, I don't actually really mess with Paris. I want to go somewhere else.
All right, wait. Akshan, I'm gonna add on top of the theorizing, right?
Okay.
So maybe
it's a conspiracy podcast.
Yeah. So
make sure to like and subscribe.
so Sheepy is the chosen one. But what if Patches was like the first, plushie that was affected by that light thing at the start of the game, right? And Patches he failed, and so then the purple thing comes and corrupts his heart.
I mean, that's because he has a scar as well. He's got battle scars on him. So yeah, maybe.
All these theories, and then
brought to you by
MrSuicideSheep is like, yeah, we're not gonna make another game. We were just teasing y'all. Now listen to our music.
This game is just a promo for music, just like how there was an anime for a mobile game.
There you go. Actually, that's brilliant.
When you selected the game, one of my fears was when Delanta mentioned he makes music mostly, or like he promotes music mostly. One of my fears was that, okay, it's going to be really simple, so simple, and the music is stellar. But like the gameplay is going to be so simple, and I'm going to be like walking around for an hour. Thankfully, it was gameplay-wise complex enough that it was enjoyable from a platforming and a game design angle.
Yes.
And good music too.
Very good music.
Indubitably.
Music hit my expectations. Gameplay exceeded.
The bar was so low.
Yeah, that's so true.
It was very. So any other thoughts before we get into it? The final segment of our episode. It is a short episode, definitely because it's a short game. Any other thoughts you want to share about your experience with the game before we get into achievements?
It was Sheepy.
It was Sheepy. It was Bull. So Seshan, go ahead.
Yes, achievements. Yeah, it was. I would say you do need a couple of runs, as I explained earlier. But I feel like a good portion, maybe like 75%, is 75% right? Maybe 50-60% of the achievements are all stuff that you unlock by playing the game. They are story related achievements. Some of them are some missable stuff that you get with interacting with the world. Collectibles are there, obviously, a staple of most games, and the other, I would say the last three are like meant for people that want to replay the game and add a bit of extra challenge. I would say the three hardest, well, I really wouldn't call them hard, but when you know how the game works, the speedrunning one is fairly easy. I think you can actually beat it in 20 minutes. Like a run is like max 20 minutes if you like mid-max your routes and everything. I would say the hardest one is to get the game play the game without dying, because
oh jeez.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Yeah,
that sounds tough.
That is tough. I mean, it is a 20-minute game, and so like technically it doesn't take too long, but it is annoying because of things we mentioned before. There is no chapter select. You have to start all the way from the beginning. So yeah, like people have discovered something called saves coming, where it's like, you save the files and like you restore it if you do die and stuff like that. But thankfully, I somehow managed to do it.
Wait. Sorry. Did you say saves coming?
Yeah.
In this?
Yeah.
In this game? Jesus.
Yeah.
How do you say it's coming? I mean,
Basically, like you stop as soon as you're about to die, and then you just
Yeah.
And then you start.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Reload again.
Hollow Knight has that as well. A lot of people do that for Steel Soul.
Yeah.
it's
So
an old technique. Yeah.
yeah, it was one of the recommended options for the getting the Sheepy Strong achievement.
Yeah.
But I have no idea how, but I did manage to somehow get it on my final run of the game. I did save the files thinking I was gonna die on that last boss fight because I died multiple times on the previous runs, but I somehow did it in one go. I was impressed with myself. And
Congratulations.
yeah,
Congratulations.
it is
Can I make a guess as to what you would rate it out of 10 in regards to difficulty?
sure
9.
9 being very difficult.
Easy.
Oh,
10 is 10. It has no achievements.
no. I feel like as how do I say this? The last portion of the game, right? Like we talked about how bad, not bad, but like how much worse the movement felt without your double jump. Like I feel like the last portion of the final boss fight relies so much on you being very accurate with your one jump
Mm.
that it is decently difficult. I would say it's about a 7 or an 8.
Mm.
There is a certain level of difficulty. I mean, but if you are, that's if you're very keen on getting all the achievements. But at the very least, I feel like you can get everything else other than that one. So, but it's possible. It's not very platform heavy. It's not a Celeste game, so you don't really need to put that much of effort. I feel like if you play it 2-3 times, you'll master it pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the speed runs or the funs.
Yeah,
The funsies.
I enjoyed speedrunning the game just to see it, just to see what it was like. All right, so there's your achievements. Let's get into our ratings for the game. Not to make you talk more than you already did, Sachan. You
Mhm.
just stopped talking. Now I'm making you talk again.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you picked the game.
Mhm. Oh, wait, you want me to say something about that?
Oh yeah, so, we're gonna give it a try it or a skip it. That's what we're giving by the end of this. So, Seshan.
All right. To quote Akshan from last episode, friggin' perfect, 10 out of 10. This is
If only that were true.
I wouldn't again like it's a.
I didn't say 10 out of 10.
You said it was you said Titanfall was a perfect game. It's essentially the same thing. Anyways,
No, but
whatever. I feel like I don't know how to explain it. I feel like I can't fully call this a game.
That was a very poignant silence after that one.
Seshan, I'm sorry to tell you, but this is the game.
Yes, I had.
But that said, Seshan, I understand completely what you mean.
Yeah, like it doesn't feel like a game. I know it is, like technically speaking, it is a game. But it doesn't feel like one. Like it just like again, like Nilantha will probably hate the term. It feels like an experience. Because it's so short.
I don't mind experience, my friend. It's the other term I do not like.
A journey, yeah.
Was it a journey?
I mean, technically, everything's
a journey.
Like, even a bad game's a journey.
Yeah. The only reason I won't say Sheepy is a journey is because like there is so many more questions than there are answers that I cannot reflect on what I experienced. I am just left with more questions, and I cannot call it a journey because of that. That's why I'm saying it's an experience. But like everything else I've said, it is a beautiful game. It looks good, it sounds good, it plays well. And I am amazed that it is done by a single developer, their first project at that. That it's so like it feels very well fine tuned, and like we discussed, it's not in like a defined category. It's making its own thing, and for that I would say try it. It's free. It's only an hour long. There's no reason not to try it. And if you do like it, like Akshan did, I would say support the creators. Then we can get a.
Oh, okay.
Then we can hopefully soon get a
Get a sequel.
get a sequel soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sequel / full game.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Try it.
Lovely. All right, Anuk.
I'm gonna keep this review short and simple, just like the game. Try it. It's
Thank you.
It's
Thank you. My turn. Same bit, look.
it is, what is it? It's a very easy / relaxing kind of game, just to get into the vibe of the game. If you're like into the sound, what's the guy's name again?
MrSuicideSheep.
Mr. Suicide's music taste. So if you like it, this might be your thing. If you don't play it. But either ways, the game is just simple, just nice for you to experience platform games in a general aspect. So yeah, simple. Go for it.
Lovely. All right. So then we have Dilantha.
The hater is here to put his mark on the thing. I don't know why I'm branding myself with that one.
Are you pissing on the game?
So I personally, I mean, I agree with everything I said. There are a lot of things to like about this game. I thought it wasn't my favorite. Again, it's probably something that, had I seen it myself, I probably would have just skipped it. Like if I had discovered this on Steam, like Sashant, I probably would have just been like, okay, cool, MrSuicideSheep game, great, and just moved on. That said, now that I've actually played it, I think it's pretty. Again, it is just an hour of your time. I think it's worth it if you just want to like enjoy a short experience, like the others were saying. Get an hour's worth of gameplay out and finish something. And it is intriguing. It has some lovely musical moments in the game which you will enjoy if you like the type of music. So I would say try it, for it is a short experience you may enjoy.
Lovely. All right. Finally, with me.
Skip
yeah, skip it. After everything I've said.
Fuck it.
I've never seen a sheep in real life, and apparently that's what the nose is. So I'll say skip.
Wait, did you just admit that it's a nose?
No, I feel like now, just looking at it, my eyes cannot perceive it as a nose, but all the evidence in front of me is saying that it's not moving. It never moves. It never changes. So it's either it is a nose, or the plushed animal just can't change its mouth. But I don't.
Which makes sense because it is a plush animal.
Yeah, so I'm just not sure anymore.
And for that reason, you're giving a skip it. Okay, understood.
Yes. No. While I was playing it, I accepted it as a mouth, and so I enjoy it. But the game is very short and it is free. However, me giving it a try, which I am doing right now, is more of like, is it worth playing? And I would definitely say in my opinion, it is quite worth playing. It is enjoyable for how short it is. It isn't a slog like I thought it might be. It's very pretty. It sounds very pretty and epic near the end and the middle. Sounds very good in regards to music and sound design. It is a worthwhile experience. It is not I highly doubt I'm going to be thinking of this game while I sleep at night. But if I am very excited to see this developer move on and either make the full game or do whatever else they want to do, because they're talented for being a single developer. My lord, they could make an incredible game one day, and I'd love to play it. So yeah, try it.
That's the other thing. So because the boys mentioned as well, if you do play the game and you are able to, you can support the dev on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck them $3 like Akshan did, and say leave some nice words of encouragement to them, and who knows, maybe we'll get something even more exciting from them.
Yeah,
support your favorite games.
I had to ask my brother to donate for me because the Sri Lankan cards didn't work. and I don't know what message.
Akshan donated $3. You don't need to go into the specific.
My name is there. He put it in my name. I have no idea what his message was. My concern is that he's just put the message. My brother told me to donate. So yeah, go ahead and donate. Say some nice things.
Give them some support.
Yeah. So that's our episode. Thank you very much for watching. You can see, if you like this, you can see some previous episodes that we've done. We had end of season last year. We played Flooded, which was more of a top-down management sort of sim. Management sort of
reverse city builder.
A reverse city builder. That's how they marketed it. I've never played RTSs, and I liked it. Maybe you will too. Check the episode.
Last episode. You were going to say I never played it. I was like,
yeah. See how well I did? You all thought I did? So Titanfall 2 was the previous episode. That was our season starter. This is our second episode of the season. Titanfall 2. If you want to see something completely different, this is completely different from this game. You can see our thoughts on that. And we talked about Bear and Breakfast a lot, so maybe you can go check that episode, see how flabbergasted we were about the story, about the world.
And the similarities between this game and Bear and Breakfast, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it for this. We have some episodes coming up. The next one is going to be the beginner's guide. I picked that one. Interested in seeing what people have to say. Interested in playing it again because I remember it distinctly, but I'm interested in seeing what I think now. And then after that, we have Chinese Parents, a life sim where you play as a kid of Chinese parents, not as Chinese parents, a kid of Chinese parents growing up in China. So that'd be interesting. All very different games. Very different lineup we have for this
Quadmester.
This Quadmester. Thank you very much. You can like, you can comment, you can subscribe, follow if you're on Spotify.
Don't forget, is it a nose or is it a mouth? Let us know in the comments below.
MrSuicideSheep, if you're watching,
tell us what it is.
Tell us it's a mouth and end my suffering.
You just came to the conclusion that it's a nose.
No, I said I'm not. I've come to the conclusion that I'm not sure. He doesn't believe it, even though the evidence suggests otherwise. He doesn't believe it. So we want the audience now to tell us.
The thing that I'm confused about is it a mouth that's on a stuffed animal that can't move, or is it a nose that's also on a stuffed animal?
Let us know what you think.
It's a nose. It's a nose, man.
Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.
Night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
I'll just throw that in at the end. Happy Valentine's Day.
Bye-bye.
It has to be a mouse.